Hello, my friends. I've been asked before whether I think we are living in the Kali Yuga, or if Ragnarok is approaching, or if the end times are upon us. And I have replied to that, no. And I think that suggesting that current events, the situation we're in today, is caused by, as soon as you start using the word cause or because, you are proposing a theory about how or why some event is occurring. And when we're talking about current events, saying that the world is how it is today because of some kind of cosmic cycle, because we're in some certain age called the Kali Yuga, is not really explaining anything. It doesn't account for anything at all. I just saw a cop, so I'm going to put my seatbelt on. Doesn't explain anything. And in a way, it makes the processes that we're experiencing, that we're witnessing upon the world stage, it makes these processes appear inevitable and out of anyone's control, when in fact they are in somebody's control, in a certain group of key decision makers' control. So there is such a thing as key decision makers and people who have powerful influence, families who have powerful influence, groups who, through force of will, have been able to influence the course of world history. And that the way things are today is not necessarily so. It's contingent upon the actors, the agents, the real flesh and blood people who have been dedicating their lives toward advancing their agenda. It has nothing to do with some kind of cosmic cycle. Oh, here's a redheaded girl. It's absurd. Preposterous. Someone tells you that we're in the age of the Kali Yuga, say, that's preposterous. Preposterous. But seriously, another reason why I think it's preposterous is that if you go to Google or go to YouTube and search for Revelations, biblical end times prophecy fulfilled, you can find many videos and many articles which show verses from the Bible, both Old Testament and New, which have descriptions that, if you're being fair, these descriptions are fairly accurate, or they're at least applicable to the current events that we're living through. And so if you're going to take, the applicability of some prophecies and you want to interpolate, certain end times prophecies to today's current events, then why not expect the second coming of Christ or the Jewish Messiah or something like that? Their prophecies fit pretty damn well. Their prophecies are also quite accurate. So in a sense, we have, the same justification for believing that we're about to witness the second coming of Christ rather than the Kali Yuga or Ragnarok. Why pick one over the other? It's just your opinion at that point, because both prophecies are quote unquote being fulfilled. And see, I don't believe in either of those prophecies, because like I said, to say something like the end times are upon us, or it's Armageddon, or it's Ragnarok, or it's the Kali Yuga, it explains nothing. It's not a rational explanation. It basically boils down to saying it is because it is. It is because the universe has cycles. That's not an explanation. It's not an explanation at all. And like I said, it makes things feel like it's inevitable. And it doesn't really get into the specifics about who is responsible, because there are people who are responsible. There are people out there who are very powerful, and they're making certain decisions that didn't have to be made. And I've been thinking about this, and it's kind of a funny coincidence that Alternative Hypothesis put out a video yesterday, I think, about historical determinism. And he went through describing a bunch of key decisions that were made in the early part of the 20th century. And he made the case, that these key decisions were what caused the subsequent events to unfold, and that they didn't have to be made. And the more you study history, and the more you see that grand processes can occur, grand historical events can unfold because of the decisions of a few powerful people. There is such a thing as powerful people. There is such a thing as, being able to subject the world to your will, I guess, to put it one way. Willing, human will, individual and through groups, is a force to be reckoned with in the world. And we need to take it into account. And a lot of the research that I like to do, surrounds trying to find out who these people are, who are actually pulling strings and dedicating their lives, putting lots of time and energy into shaping the world according to their will, according to their agendas. Because if we're not figuring out who these people are, and we're just saying, oh, it's the Kali Yuga, then I don't think we're understanding really what's happening in the world. So those are my thoughts on cosmic cycles and end times prophecies. Thank you for watching.